or Rob's remake?
I'll like that one. But I think I'm going to go for Rob.
Yeah?
His design, yeah.
Thanks for joining us bright and early on Wednesday on BBC Two. Tony here. After Manchester, Liverpool and Stoke-on-Trent for some auction
It's still
action.
got that feature of the car there, sort of thing.
That's
Thanks for
great.
joining us bright and early.
Thank you so much, mate. I can't wait to do it for you.
That's good, because with a
Thanks for
job
joining
this
us,
size, you better get cracking.
Thanks for joining us bright and early on
That's a
Wednesday on
good
BBC
start.
Two. Tony here. Off to Manchester. Breathing.
As the car is rammed full of parts, Rob's first
Thanks for
job
joining
is
us
to
bright
clear
and
it out.
early on Wednesday on BBC Two. Tony
it's got
here.
no roof.
Off to
So,
Manchester,
that's
Liverpool
pretty good.
and
For getting stuff in
Stoke-on-Trent
and
for
out.
some auction action.
Okay. That looks like passenger side wing. One thing's for certain, though. The scale of this job is vast. I'm going to make sure Mike gets a well-stocked
Plea
bar,
for no football
and I'll be
and
the
soaps.
first through
Bridge
the
of
door to get
Lies is
served, I
next.
think.
Once the car is cleared out, the real work can begin.
New Cubs put pressure
This
on
is where
mum and dad,
everything's gonna
Tibet and
happen.
Fox.
This is
Dogs in the Wild
heart
meet
of
the
the bar.
family in
It's the heart of
45
the
minutes.
car, the
Now on
engine, this
BBC
big
Two,
V12
not
that Mike was
surprised they're
so
nervous,
keen
but this
to have on
family
display.
rise to
Best
the
way
challenge.
To display it for me, glass. So I've found this amazing old dining table that's just going to go straight over the engine bay. Titch, can I borrow you, mate?
Yeah, dude.
So I picked the table up.
The howl
Second-hand,
from
I
another
sourced a lot
wolf
of
can
my
travel
stuff
16
kinda used and
kilometres.
pre-loved.
Dogs in the Wild meet the
But
family
the best thing
is
about
next.
it was actually the leg shape. So the glass is great, but actually the legs, I'm hoping, by eye, that
Into
they're
the
going to
signs.
fit over the engine bay. Until we get it in
Into the
place, we're
sign
not
zone
gonna
now on
know.
BBC Two.
So if we can
Get ready for cuteness
hoist
and
it up over the
camouflage
engine
from these
bay, mate, that'd
canny
be brilliant.
carnivores.
Where'd you get this from, mate? Captain Kirk's dining room?
Well, he's had a bigger one made.
Has he had a bigger one, has he?
Yeah. So, how we
I mean-
looking your side?
I mean, yeah, it's a bit high, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know what?
This
We
is
can-
BBC Two.
I
All the
can
latest
drop it
headlines
down,
now
but I don't know
with
if
the
I'm gonna
BBC
get it
News
dropped down
at 9.
enough.
Which means Rob needs
This
to
is
work
BBC
out a
Two.
new plan.
All the
for
latest
bar's
headlines
glass
now
top.
with the BBC
And so
News
it's
at
back
9.
to the drawing board. Next into the workshop is Xinhua with a beautiful ornate Chinese dowry box.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us bright and early on Wednesday on BBC Two. Tony here. Off to Manchester, Liverpool and Stoke-on-Trent for some auction
It
action.
has been within our family for
Thanks for joining us bright
38
and early
years.
on Wednesday on BBC
When my
Two.
mum got
Tony here.
married.
Off to
Boxes
Manchester,
like
Liverpool
this
and
were traditionally
Stoke-on-Trent
used
for
to
some
carry a
auction
bride's
action.
dowry to the house she was to share with her husband.
In 2013,
A plea
I flew
for
back
no
to
football
China
and
to see my
soaps. Bridge of
family
Lies
before I
is
got
next.
married. And then we had a little celebration in China.
New Cubs put
Family
pressure on
dinner
mum and
together.
dad, Tibet and
After
Fox.
that, I brought
Dogs in the Wild
back
meet the
this dowry
family in
to
45
UK
minutes.
because my
Now on
parents,
BBC
they
Two,
couldn't
not surprised they're
attend my wedding.
nervous, but this family
Xinhua
rise
has
to
3
the
girls
challenge.
of her own, and they love playing with what's now a makeup box. But Xinhua would like it to be something
New
more
Cubs
than
put
a family
pressure on
heirloom.
mum and dad, Tibet and
They all
Fox.
wanna play with
Dogs
it.
in the Wild
Yeah.
meet the
Do they
family
argue
in
over it?
45
argue
minutes.
about it.
no.
Now on BBC Two,
They
not
know it's
surprised
from
they're
grandma.
nervous, but this family
Well, all the little
rise to the
pictures around
challenge.
it. I can see at the back here, I can see some like beautiful
Yeah,
flowers or leaves.
Yeah,
on mum and
bamboo,
dad,
bamboo
Tibet and
leaves,
Fox.
and the traditional painting, ancient paintings. So I would like to keep this kind of traditional elements.
New Cubs
so,
put pressure on mum
it
and
would
dad,
be
Tibet
a
and
nice
Fox. Dogs in the
keepsake for
Wild
my
meet the family in
children
45
to
minutes.
remind them
Now on
of
BBC
the
Two, not
distant,
surprised they're
close
nervous,
family
but
in
this
China,
family rise
especially
to the
their
challenge.
grandparents.
So we're looking for a transformation that retains its culture.
New
John,
Cubs put pressure
your
on
work
mum and
can be
dad, Tibet
sometimes
and
very
Fox.
simple,
Dogs in the
but
Wild
also
meet the
very
family in 45
intricate and
minutes.
beautiful.
Now on
Which
BBC
way
Two,
will
not
you go
surprised they're
today?
nervous,
I'm going to go
but this
simple.
family
What I'm
rise to
proposing
the
to do
challenge.
is to transform your makeup box into 3 individual boxes, so the girls can have
New
one
Cubs
each.
put pressure on mum and dad,
For the
Tibet
first
and
box,
Fox.
I
Dogs
plan
in the
to
Wild
use
meet the
the mirror,
family in 45
put one of the
minutes.
drawers.
Now on BBC Two,
For the second
not
box,
surprised they're
I propose to
nervous,
use
but this
front doors,
family
and the
rise
doors
to the
will have
challenge.
its original fixings on, and they will open like that. For the third box, I propose to use the bamboo
New
illustration
Cubs put
on the
pressure
side.
on mum and dad,
So
Tibet
they
and
have 3
Fox.
individual
Dogs in the
boxes,
Wild meet the
one
family
each,
in
no
45
fighting,
minutes.
and
Now on
gives them
BBC Two,
something.
Not surprised they're nervous, but this family rise to the challenge.
Transform it into 3
New cubs put pressure on Mum and Dad, Tibetan Fox.
No fighting
Dogs in the
among 3
Wild meet the
children,
family
which is
in
the main
45
point
minutes.
as well.
Now on. New cubs
Making
put
3
pressure on
small
Mum and Dad,
boxes
Tibetan
might sound
Fox.
simple,
Dogs in the
but it's a
Wild meet
lot
the
to
family
create
in
from just
45
one
minutes.
piece.
Now on
Especially
BBC Two,
if he wants
not
to keep
surprised
parts
they're
of the
nervous,
original.
but this family rise to the
The
challenge.
biggest challenge is going to be making 3 fresh carcasses.
New cubs put
that
pressure on Mum and
incorporate
Dad, Tibetan
one
Fox.
element
Dogs in the Wild
per
meet the family in 45
box.
minutes.
One's
Now
going
on
to have
BBC
front,
Two, not
mirror.
surprised they're nervous,
One's going to have front
but this
doors.
family rise to the
One's
challenge.
going to have one on the sides. And she also
A
wants
howl
us
from another wolf can travel
to use the
16
existing
kilometres. Dogs in the Wild meet the family
This one's
is
going to be
next.
interesting.
John takes every care to take the box apart
Into
without
the sign
wrecking
zone
it.
now on BBC
I'm
Two.
gonna use a blunt
Get
chisel.
ready for cuteness and
I'm gonna
camouflage
prise
from these canny
All the
carnivores.
brasswork off before I
Into
start
the sign zone now on.
The wood's quite soft, so it shouldn't really offer much resistance. These were built
Into the sign zone now
China.
on BBC Two.
I
Get
think they
ready
used
for
a very soft
cuteness
wood.
and camouflage from these canny carnivores.
It's a very interesting construction. Where you
Into the
expect to
sign
see
zone now on
hinges.
BBC Two. Get ready
Brass
for
hinges.
cuteness
There are no
and
brass hinges.
camouflage from these
But we're
canny
gonna give it-
carnivores.
So I'm going to have to be very careful with that. They have a pin.
Into the sign
a wooden
zone now on
pin
BBC Two.
in the bottom.
Get ready
and
for
in the top.
cuteness and
So the way I'm
camouflage
gonna
from these
separate
canny
those is to
carnivores.
actually remove the bottom from the top. Then these doors will come free.
Into the sign zone now on BBC Two. Get ready for cuteness
There we go.
and camouflage from these
That's what I
canny
wanted.
carnivores.
One pull, and then it all comes to pieces. That's exactly what I wanted
This
to
is
happen.
BBC Two. All the latest headlines
There we
now
go.
with the BBC
Lovely.
News at 9.
Perfect.
John's using plywood to create 3
This
new
is BBC
boxes.
Two.
Each one will
All
have
the
one of
latest
the drawers
headlines
from
now
the
with the
original.
BBC
What I
News at
plan to
9.
do is use this piece of ply for the base. Then
This
using
is
the
BBC
scrap
Two.
from
All the latest
original
headlines
assembly,
now with the BBC
plug those
News at
guys.
9.
So where possible, I'm using part of the original box.
As John divides Xinhua's box into 3, across the workshop, former Commando Titch has his hands on a dainty item.
It's actually quite a nice thing. I remember my nan bringing out her coconut macaroons on one of these.
The item that I've brought in is a silver-plated, 3-tiered cake stand, which my parents bought in 1967 in Benghazi. My dad was in the Royal Signals and he was stationed out there.
Although the cake stand has seen better days, it's played an important part in Pauline's life.
My parents quite often used the cake stand as a centrepiece on tables when they were entertaining. At one point, the cake stand